I would say the message beat the expectation by proposing more proactive macro policies and including a shift of the monetary policy stance from prudent to appropriately loose stance. So that gives the market a lot of room for imagination, and also including a more proactive fiscal policy as well as stabilization of the housing and the stock market. So that's why I think the market responded very positively. Both the soft data, including the manufacturing PMI, and the hard data, for example, the industrial production and retail sales, suggest that we may see a rebound of the economy in the fourth quarter. And the Political Bureau sounds very confident that the growth target of 2024 will be achieved. That being said, we continue to see quite weak domestic demand, and the economy benefited a lot from foreign trade this year, with exports outperforming imports. We estimate that about 20% of the 2024 growth comes from contribution of net exports. The risk of trade war is the biggest risk for China's economy for 2025. But in the meantime, I would say China appears to be better prepared this time around. On the one hand, the government is likely to introduce a more expansionary policy to boost the domestic demand to offset the high tariff. On the policy side, we think the government is better prepared, and the fiscal deficit is likely to be widened for next year, and more central and local special bond issuance is likely to be planned. On the other hand, China's corporate sector has been diversifying the trade and investment globally, and their reliance on the US market has declined. Today, Chinese goods and services appears to be embedded in the global supply chain. So as long as the US continue to run a trade deficit and continue to import from the rest of the world, goods produced in China or goods with Chinese content produced elsewhere will most likely find their way into the US market.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.